Some of life's most meaningful moments happen outside concert halls. And I wanted to bring that same level of artistry into weddings, celebrations, and personal milestones. And SoundNJoy was born from that vision.
When you hear Ju and SoundNJoy, like my heart just sings, like they are so good. Concert level artistry to real life milestones, like that's the perfect way to describe exactly what you guys do.
And as a musicians, we always hope to create a beautiful music, but more importantly, we want to help create an atmosphere that people will remember for the rest of their lives.
What was your business like before and after you started the process of working together?
Before joining Musicwork Pro, I was focused almost entirely on being a musician. But since joining the community, I've become much more intentional about growing the business. And one lesson I've learned is that growth doesn't have to be a solo journey.
All right, welcome my friends to Musicwork Backstage, where we go behind the scenes with real music pros. And today I'm joined by an extremely special guest today. We have Ju Kim, founder and lead violinist of SoundNJoy, a classical ensemble based in New Jersey. And Ju here, she founded SoundNJoy back in 2021. She's also taught violin at Boston University, where she's earned her doctorate and performed at concert venues like Carnegie Hall Stern Auditorium. SoundNJoy also has over 500,000 views on their song Flower Day and thousands of monthly listeners on Spotify. In addition to that, Ju is a member of our high-level musician community, Musicwork Pro, where we've been working together for over a year to help Ju grow her brand and get booked for more luxury events. So Ju, welcome. Thank you so much for being here today to have this conversation.
Thank you, Allison. It's great to be here. I'm so excited for our conversation today.
I appreciate it. We're going to have a great time today. So Ju and I hang out all the time, but we're going to do our best to have a very serious interview right now, but we're also going to have a lot of fun. So let's dive into it right now, Ju, and let's tell our listeners. So you have a doctorate in violin performance from Boston University, performed at cool venues like Carnegie Hall. So tell our listeners what went behind your decision to start SoundNJoy. What was your inspiration for starting this music business?
Yeah, my background is in classical performance. I earned my doctorate from Boston University and spent years teaching and performing in the traditional concert world. Then the pandemic happened and live concerts were no longer possible. So I started a YouTube channel to continue sharing music online. And what surprised me was realizing that music could still connect with people, even when we we're in the same room. And around that time, I became inspired by the old European salon tradition, where musicians were invited into intimate gatherings and music became part of their everyday lives. And that idea stayed with me. I realized that some of life's most meaningful moments happen outside concert halls. And I wanted to bring that same level of artistry into weddings, celebrations, and personal milestones. And SoundNJoy was born from that vision to bring concert level music into real human moments.
That is so beautiful. And I can attest as a violinist who also has a string ensemble, like when you hear Ju and SoundNJoy, like my heart just sings, like they are so good. Concert level artistry to real life milestones, like that's the perfect way to describe exactly what you guys do. So for any planners or anyone out there having events and you want top notch artistry that just makes your heart melt, like take it from me, Ju's the one who can do it. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go behind the scenes on some of your recent performances. And if you could pull back the curtain for us a little bit to share a little bit about what went behind some of these magical moments, that would be amazing. So let's take a look at one of the first performances that we have to pull up here. And this is from a recent wedding where I believe, this is my theory, I believe this video could single-handedly bring back Mendelssohn's Wedding March. I know this song is the traditional wedding song that, everyone wants to do something modern now, but this video just captures how this traditional, like incredible classical piece is just so good for the moment. But let's take a look at it together. Afterwards, I'm going to share a little bit about what the client had to say who left this beautiful review. We're going to put it on the screen, and maybe you can share a little bit about what that moment meant to you after I do that. So, all right, let's pull back the curtain. So perfect. Again, this is just you can, quote me on this, my prediction. We're bringing back Mendelssohn's wedding march right here. I think that video alone could do it. That moment is so special.
Yes.
Yes, I'm going to pull the review on the screen right here for everyone to see. Obviously, this moment meant so much to the clients, but how they put into words here, I'll just read a part of it. They say, walking down the aisle surrounded by the sound of live music was truly magical, and their talent and professionalism exceeded every expectation we had. So, some amount of words to put that beautiful moment, to articulate it into something there. I think that's so special. But Ju, can you share for us, tell us why this moment was special?
Yes, this was a very special wedding because the couple truly valued the live music and wanted to be meaningful of their ceremony. And as a musicians, we always hope to create a beautiful music, but more importantly, we want to help create an atmosphere that people will remember for the rest of their lives. And this wedding was a wonderful reminder of how powerful live music can be.
That's beautiful. Absolutely. And it's just the timing, everything was absolutely perfect. I think you really made a lot of dreams come true that day. So let's, speaking of making dreams come true, let's pull up another one of your recent performances to the stage chair. And then after we look at this wedding, you guys are going to see this is like a very luxury, fancy wedding here. And we want to know, how did you book such a luxury wedding here? So let's pull to the stage, take a listen, and then you can share for us how you got this one on the books. Musician who loves performing and loves creating incredible experiences for people at live events, then why not join us in the free Musicwork community on Skool? It's a safe space for like-minded people with an active forum of hundreds of members from all over the world where you can connect, hang out, learn, and share. There's also a classroom where you can learn how to get booked for higher-end private events, a members map, and event page. There's no algorithms, no ads, just real musicians looking to grow together. And right now, when you join, you can also get a free standard profile on musicwork.com to help you connect with clients for private events and promote your public shows. To join, you can scan the QR code on the screen or simply click the link below in the description. See you there. Okay, I could listen to you all day. I just, as a violinist, stylistically, it's just like, so good. All right, Ju, so yeah, share with us, how did you book this wedding?
This performance was especially meaningful because it was actually my best friend's wedding. And the Plaza Hotel is an incredible venue, but what made it special was the personal connection. When you're performing for someone you love and care about, every note feels a little different. And it reminds me that music is really about people and relationships at the end of the day.
Oh, that's so beautiful. Maybe I'll put a picture up here of your friend's reaction. But again, making dreams come true. You can tell from this photo right here how much this moment meant to your friend. But that's so beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. Let's keep rolling. I'm having so much fun here. Again, I could keep listening to you. Next, we're gonna pull back the curtain on your debut as a string ensemble and talk about starting with a bang. When you guys first started your business, you made this recording of this song Flower Day. I don't know how to say the composer's name, but it's from a Korean drama. And it absolutely stunned a lot of people, went viral, like as your first video on YouTube. And now you have thousands of monthly listeners on Spotify too, largely because of this song. So we want to pull back the curtain and know what's your secret and how you made this song happen. But let's take a listen to it now. And you guys are going to be able to tell from the recording. And it's because of Ju's incredible artistry. It makes sense why it took off. But let's take a look. And then after, you can share with us a little bit about why you think the song resonated with so many people. All right. I love it so much. So again, Ju, why do you think this piece resonated with so many people and did so well online? What do you think?
Flower Day has always been a very special piece to me because the melody carries both joy and sadness at the same time. And I think people connect with that emotional balance. And even if someone has never watched the drama, they can still connect with the music. There's something peaceful and nostalgic about the music. And honestly, I think the biggest reason it resonated is because it was authentic. I wasn't trying to create a viral video, and it was simply a piece I love and wanted to share. And even today, people still tell me the music brought them comfort and peace. And that's far more meaningful than the view count.
That's so good. That's such a good lesson too. It's so inspirational for all musicians out there. When you're creating from the heart, not for the sake of going viral, that's usually when things are going to resonate the deepest. So that's beautiful. Thanks so much for sharing that. Wow. Okay. This is going by so fast. I'm having so much fun, but let's keep going here and pull back the curtain on just a few more pieces here. So this next one is going to be a first dance that you did that was absolutely magical. And we want to hear, what do you think makes this moment so magical? What do you think specifically live music is bringing to the atmosphere of this event? But you guys are going to see the atmosphere of this event is a little extra special. So let's take a look at this cloud, dancing on a cloud moment, first dance. So beautiful. Tell us, what do you think made that moment special? What do you think live music brought to that moment?
Yeah, I think the live music changes the atmosphere of an event in a very unique way. Unlike recorded music, live musicians can feel the energy of the room and respond in real time. And that creates a deeper connection between the music, the gas, and the moment itself. So, live music isn't just something people hear, it's something people experience together.
That's so true. It's something that, you can only know once you experience it, but the difference between recorded music and live music is night and day because you can have real musicians, like you said, adapting to the moment and being able to match the music into real time, what the emotions are in the atmosphere. So absolutely beautiful. Love what you guys did for that moment there. We have just one more performance to pop the hood on here, and this one's absolutely stunning. And again, as concert level musicians, which is a great tagline for you guys, by the way, seems to be a pattern we've noticed that you attract a lot of classical enthusiasts or even sometimes classical musicians themselves, but people who appreciate the classical music. So we have another classical piece that I think this is going to be such a great song idea for a processional. But let's take a look at it. And yeah, if you can pop the hood on it, pull back the curtain and share what made this moment special afterwards, that'd be amazing. And so let's take a look. I love this song. So what song is this, first of all?
This is Borodin String Quartet number 2. Bride was actually a violist, and she had always dreamed of walking down the aisle to Borodin. And because she was a musician herself, the piece carried a very personal meaning. And after the ceremony, the couple told us the music created exactly the feeling they had hoped for. And moments like this remind me that live music becomes part of people's memories and personal stories.
I love that. Yeah, I've never heard the Borodin String Quartet as a processional, but I think it works so well. This was actually one of the first string quartets I've ever played, so it's very special to me too. But I love just like the voice of the violin and the cello just like echoing, and the middle parts as well. Yeah.
Yeah, the Borodin composed this piece for his wife.
Oh, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm,
it just feels like a
yeah,
rose or some sort of flower opening up, all the layers and petals.
That's why
and
it's so
stuff.
popular for wedding processional and musicianal. Yeah, so
I'm going to try suggesting this one to some of our brides. Again, I think we should bring, I love all us classical musicians are very thankful for Bridgerton and like the pop music becoming so popular for string quartets. It's awesome because, it makes us really popular. But I think the classical music, I love to see people appreciating it for their special moments as well too. So
by the way, that was the second movement, not the first movement. But we played the first and third for the prelude.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, it's always a little bit of a double-edged sword when we get for us, a client who really likes classical music, because it's like, we love you. We need to practice a little more now, but that's okay. It's like, all right, I'm gonna roll up our sleeves and get back into the practicing here. But yeah, no, absolutely beautiful. And the fact that, again, guys, that was a classical musician who hired you. So, when you're a classical musician, you know who to call when you're getting married. So with that, Ju, that's the last of our behind the scenes for the performances, but just a few more questions for you here to share with our audience. So we've been working together for, I forget, but like maybe over a year, and we've had a blast, and you've been growing so much. Can you tell us what it was like before and after deciding to really commit and invest in working on your business, and what that process has been like? What was your business like before and after you started the process of working together? What do you think?
Before joining Musicwork Pro, I was focused almost entirely on being a musician. And I knew how to teach, how to perform, but I knew very little about branding, marketing, SEO, or business strategy. And I was figuring everything out through trial and error. But since joining the community, I've become much more intentional about growing the business. And the biggest change is that I now think as both an artist and an entrepreneur, I guess.
That's so good. Yeah, making that switch. This is something we all go through. I went through myself as well. We focus so much on that artistry, like you mentioned, which is so important. It is the main thing, but without the bridge to connect it to our audience of understanding the branding and the marketing, then won't be able to connect with the people who will appreciate our music the most. So happy and glad to hear that has been transformational for you here. Speaking of other talented musicians out there who are looking to either grow their music performance business, or perhaps they're thinking of starting their journey, what would you say to them? Who do you think would be a good fit for joining a program, for example, like Musicwork Pro, to invest in their business and see some real growth? Who do you think would be a good fit to go on a journey like that?
I think Musicwork Pro is great fit for musicians who are serious about their goals and who are willing to take action. And one lesson I've learned is that growth doesn't have to be a solo journey. Someone has already done what you want to do. So learning from people who have already walked that path can save years of trial and error. And if you're coachable and open-minded and willing to implement what you learned, I think you will get tremendous value from the community.
Thank you so much for sharing that with us, Ju. This has been an incredible episode. Again, I always absolutely love listening to your music. So it's so fun to do it together and be able to hear your behind the scenes take on some of your performances and share so much wisdom and golden nuggets for our listeners too. So thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to be here. Ju, where can people connect with you? We're going to link your info down below, but just quickly share what your website is and your Instagram, just for those who are just listening.
You can find SoundNJoy everywhere: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. But just remember that the sound N is not A and D, it's letter N.
I like that. Sound N, letter N, joy. Okay, great. And again, we're going to link to all of that in the captions below. So thanks again for being here. Ju, see you around.
Thank you for your time, Allison.